We are live. Give it a couple of minutes for all the people to tune
Filter
in.
in. Ah,
Uh,
a little tucking tonight, Richard.
Phil, if you've hit the listening button, I have sent you the link.
He's not listening.
He listens to the show, the ones he's not on, because he always comments on YouTube.
Ah, he's the best.
He's the best. Only 20 minutes or so.
He's Phil.
He is Phil Pullen, some say.
That's what
Some say indeed. Do.
Well, without Phil, it should be a quick
Yeah.
news broadcast.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm not as good as him at the old chin wagging. But we'll
Give it a go.
give it the old go, as they say in France.
And Robert's your father's brother.
Robert is your father's brother. Okay, well, it's time. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's edition of the Squatchable podcast, where we take a look at the week in Bigfoot news. Joining me, as always, Chris York from the 40 Slip. Chris, welcome.
Welcome, Richard. Remind me after the show to tell you what popped into my head when you were introducing the show. It made me laugh hysterically inside, and I'll tell you after the show.
All right, I will remind you. And if you enjoy the 40 Slip and Power Breakdown, you may enjoy the badly drawn misadventures of two Bigfoot. Head on over to Facebook Bigfooting with Keith N Collin. It's a big comic group about two Bigfoot enjoying their lives as cryptids. And without further ado, I am your host, Richard Allen, and let's just jump into it. As always, we've got another conference in the International Cryptozoological Conference 2019 at the
Did
Clarion.
you forget to put up the graphics, Richard, this week?
I can't put up.
You can't?
No.
Oh, all
I'm
right.
having technical difficulties.
We are having technical difficulties.
Yeah. Should have said, I was going to mention it, I forgot. My bad. Oh, it's not going well this week, ladies and gentlemen.
It's been a day.
It's been a day. So, yeah, at the Clarion Hotel Airport, Portland, Maine. Your neck of the woods, Chris.
Oh, I know right where that is.
April 26th to the April 28th. It's an all-day event. It's a non-profit organization. The conference will feature talks from leaders in the field, an unveiling of a new exhibit at the ICM, unique items and goods from specialized vendors, as well as an opportunity to expand your knowledge in the amazing field of cryptozoology. Tickets are $30 a head.
Whoo! Lauren Coleman going to be there?
I believe so. It doesn't say specifically. It just says leaders in the field.
Maybe I can get him to do a spot on the 40 Slip.
And do you know what? I kept it as a running joke, but now it's become a morbid fascination as to how many new conferences I can find per episode. So we'll have to see if we can keep the trend going next week, or at least
one in Maine this week.
Yeah, one in Maine, Portland.
But it's attached to the Cryptozoology Museum.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why. That makes sense. Cool.
Yep. So April 26th to April 28th. So moving on from that, we head on over to our favorite Bigfoot researcher, Tim Fasano, who did a breakdown video of a BFRO sighting from November, a large white Bigfoot. It's 7 minutes long. It features Tim Fasano and his two accomplices, Kevin and Jason. They placed trail cams. They found footprints. They encountered quicksand-like mud.
Didn't he fall on his face too?
He did. He fell flat down.
Yeah, poor Tim.
It wasn't in the video. There was evidence of workmen, civil engineers specifically, survey markers, and the video concluded that the sighting of a Bigfoot was actually civil survey employees, someone in a white hoodie. It was speculated. That was Tim's expert analysis. So, Chris, did you watch the video?
Of course I did.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. When did I miss a chance to watch Tim Fasano on the field?
Good
But
old
yeah, I mean, all in all, I mean, I applaud his effort. I don't know that he can definitively say what was not there.
Right.
At
Yeah.
another time. I mean, he could eliminate other possibilities, I think, but I don't know that he can definitively say that nothing was there at that time. But hey, I mean, I applaud his efforts. I think, Tim's a great character, and he should definitely get himself out there. So,
We are very pro Tim Fasano.
well, 2 out of 3 of us are. The third person that's missing, not so much, Richard.
We've interviewed him a couple of times back when I was doing the 40 slip, and we've had a good time with him.
Yeah. Tim was a good sport.
He's a good sport.
My favorite thing that we did was Bigfoot trivia between him and Steve Alcorn.
That was a fun one.
By far. So.
I did far too many questions though.
Yeah, we should have streamlined that one a little better. Shots in the dark, man. Shots in the dark.
We tried. That's the important thing.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Moving on to sciencenewsforstudents.org, a blog. Have we found Bigfoot? Not Yeti.
I see what they did there.
Nice little pun for you. A brief overview of the Yeti legend went into a little detail about the Sykes project. Says the scientists that did the DNA study didn't do it for the Yeti, but the chance to look at Himalayan bear DNA. Charlotte Lidqvist is an evolutionary biologist at the State University of New York at Buffalo. Lidqvist got 24 samples of hair, bones, meat, even poop. All were said to have come from Yetis. Insert quotation marks there. Lidqvist and her colleagues then analysed the mitochondrial DNA, sets of instructions for how mitochondria function in each of the 24 samples. One came from a dog, all the rest came from the Himalayan black or brown bears. The 2 bear species live on a plateau on either side of the Himalayas. Brown bears live in the northwest, black bears to the southeast. Lindquist and her colleagues published their findings in 2017. Lindquist was thrilled. Up until then, she notes, we had very little information and genetic data from Himalayan bears. Now she found we have complete mitochondrial DNA sequences and could compare that with other populations of brown bears. These data would show, she reports, that 2 populations of bears had been split for hundreds of thousands of years. The study, however, probably won't stop people from hunting for or believing in the Yeti. I'm sure the mystery will continue, she says. The Yeti will survive the most rigorous scientific results. It seems like a long blog article, but it's actually not. Half of it's devoted to power words, which I found quite unusual.
Yeah. I saw that as well. Oh, did we get joined by the great Phil Poling?
Yes.
Oh, you managed to make it to your show.
Interesting. Brian Sykes had done some DNA, came up with some DNA results from the Yeti samples that had been sent to him from the Himalayas, and it turned out to be polar bear. And as he had determined that the brown bear, the northern brown bear in Siberia, had been mating with the polar bear thousands of years ago. And
they're doing it again too.
Why stop? It's a fun thing.
Well, no, the problem is that the melting ice is causing the polar bears, especially up in like northern Canada, to come down, and they're more frequently mating with brown bears.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You mean this is a recent development on our side?
Yeah, right. This is something that's been going on because it makes them more aggressive towards human beings. So, because polar bears are natural man eaters, they will punch you and kill you.
They're natural man eaters, so they'll punch you.
No, they'll hunt you and
hunt.
kill you.
Right, yeah. I heard punch.
No, I did too.
No, sorry. But yeah, I mean, so that they're in, that has been happening again. I mean, I'm sure it did happen thousands of years ago, and I remember hearing about that in his study.
Now there was obviously many times in our history where we've had warming.
Did we interrupt you
trends.
during lunch, Phil? I mean,
No, actually, I was out. I was out Lowe's. I had to get a bunch of stuff for projects I'm doing around the house and the yard and so forth, and stopped by to pick up a burger. I didn't think it was going to take this long.
no. How's that burger?
It's very good, actually.
Oh,
It's good. And I'm hungry as hell. I mean, I've been out all morning.
oh.
Anyway, but
you
I
missed
did
out.
make it.
Listen, Richard, if you don't mind.
Don't
Richard?
knock yourself out.
Okay, I'd like to rewind for a second.
Yeah.
The one of the first stories we did of the evening, Phil, was on Richard's and my favorite person, Tim Fasana.
Yes, wonderful.
And
Good on Tim.
the breakdown type of video that he just released.
I didn't know he came out with one.
Did you get a chance to see that, Phil?
No, I have not. No.
Oh.
It'd be interesting to see you do a breakdown of his breakdown.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, if it would be interesting, I'm all for it. I'm all for doing things that are interesting.
I think a breakdown of Tim's breakdown would be fabulous.
What was the topic?
He debunked a BFRO sighting report down in Florida. So he went to the site and debunked it.
How do you debunk a sighting report?
Richard and I were discussing that ourselves.
He went to the area where it was seen and found evidence that civil engineers had been conducting a survey and concluded that someone had seen a civil engineer in a white hoodie.
And not Sasquatch.
Was he hiding under a black plastic tarp?
No.
We don't know all the details. All we know, Phil, is that we applaud Tim in his efforts.
Yes.
For getting some boots on the ground and getting out there.
Absolutely.
I mean, that is the type of thing that needs to happen. Like, revisit the scene.
Yeah.
Try to find out. Especially for like video evidence. Revisit the scene. Take your measurements. Do all your cross all your T's, dot all your I's.
Yeah, I agree.
However, like I had said to Richard, I don't know that he can conclude that something wasn't there months prior when it's just a sighting report. However, I applaud his efforts for getting out there and going out there and looking.
Yeah, we're not making fun of him for going out there and looking.
No.
No, I think that's the stuff you need to do.
Tim Fasano is known for getting out there and doing the job.
He's entertaining, Phil.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves his own TV show, and I've said that for years.
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
I would watch it religiously. Like, I don't even care. I would watch that so often.
You'd check that shit out.
The Tim Fasano Bigfoot show, I would love that. It'd be like 1,000 times better than finding Bigfoot.
Who wouldn't like that?
In just his videos that he puts on YouTube. I mean, this recent video, which I watched through, the minute I saw that you had sent it to me, I'm like, I definitely have to watch through this. He's an entertaining guy. Yeah, he just goes for it.
He does.
And you got to give him the credit for that. I mean, anything else, you want to criticize him for the style of his research or whatever, I mean, people are going to do that regardless. But as an entertaining person in the field, I definitely think he's entertaining.
Yeah, a lot of people say that I don't like him and I'm being sarcastic. I am actually pro Tim Fasano. I've advocated him for years. I enjoy his videos.
Yeah.
And
and we wanted your take, Phil.
Oh, I'm all in. I think it's great.
do a breakdown of the breakdown.
Well, I mean, I could.
And I will get Bigfoot Tony to do a breakdown of your breakdown.
My breakdown of his breakdown.
And then I'll get Thinker Thunker to do a
Could go
breakdown.
on forever.
We'll just create a breakdown chain. So speaking of breakdown chains, let's move on to our next video. A power breakdown video.
Ooh.
10-minute long video. Now, I feel like that this is worth pointing out because usually whenever I get one of Phil's videos, they're like 2 or 5 minutes long max, but this one was 10 minutes. He went into Bigfoot Tony-esque detail with this one.
Ooh.
The breakdown of the white...
Because everyone knows I never used to do this before.
It's nice to remind people, though, isn't it? Let them know that Super Soylent's still out there.
Hold on. I need to I need to consult with somebody. I'll be right back.
And I thought it was just me that would abandon the show.
He's consulting. So Phil says he's never done a video about this white-faced Bigfoot before because the picture existed before he started his Power Breakdown channel. He finds the picture laughable and the idea that someone takes it seriously laughable. Openly mocks other breakdowns and does PD. But he does bring up Facebook Find Bigfoot, which I miss those people so much.
I do too.
I loved their videos. They were great. You remember when they confirmed a bunch of points on a video by South Jersey Squatch, and he got in touch with you, and it was like, I'm pretty sure there was no Bigfoot there.
And then I did a breakdown,
actually
proving that there was no Bigfoot there.
But I do miss. They were fun. They were fun people, and I loved their videos.
Well, it was. I do kind of miss Facebook Find Bigfoot because they were obviously they were in it for the money, which I'm not blaming anyone for being in it for the money, but
right.
They really made up a lot of stuff.
So much stuff. Every single video confirmed on 20 points.
Sure. Even though you couldn't see the points they were confirming on.
They were good. They were a good laugh. But yeah, you made fun of them. You made fun of Todd Standing and MK Davis. I mean, you really swung for the...
But did you make fun of Phil Poling?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You corrected your previous assertion that Todd Standing's sister was the one doing his makeup and corrected it to say his wife was the one doing it. You managed to make a really cool breakdown video while simultaneously mocking every other Bigfoot breakdowner.
Correct.
It was impressive work, and I strongly encourage everyone that can hear the sound of my voice to go and watch it on his channel. And so, did you see his breakdown, Chris?
Oh, yes, I did.
Wasn't it a work of art? Be honest, work of art.
Phil, I don't mean to be the devil's advocate here out of this whole situation, but I thought you were back on your game, buddy.
Oh, great! Thank you.
No. I thought you were back on your game. I thought.
Thank you.
I was wrong.
Oh, that's too bad.
I was wrong, and I have a car alarm going off.
You were wrong?
Distance. No, I was wrong because I thought you were back on your game. You told me, Chris, I'm back on my game. I'm back at it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put out a video about a video that you did years ago.
I didn't do it years ago.
You already did a breakdown of that.
No, I didn't.
You didn't do a breakdown of the white Bigfoot?
No, never.
Really?
Really?
Ah. Well, I am mistaken then. I thought you already had.
You mean you're wrong again?
I was wrong about that. I was wrong about that, Phil.
Okay. All right.
Phil, I was wrong about that. Okay.
Power
All right.
Breakdown maybe never broke that down, but did Super Soylent.
No.
No?
No.
Huh. Huh.
I thought
No,
everyone.
no, because it came out in 2010.
Yeah, well, the reason I said that is because it's an old video.
And
Right.
it's obviously fake.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Well, the thing is that
to
so
some
many
people,
people
it's
would.
not.
Well, yeah, some people would say, "Gosh, the more I see it, the more real it looks," type of thing.
Right.
I suppose you can convince yourself of anything, and I'm not going to debate that. But I'm just saying that the points that people have made about it, the points about it that they were bringing up to indicate it was real, are false points. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I just demonstrated how you can't invent the evidence to confirm your point.
Oh no, it's a very detailed breakdown. Like I said,
Yeah.
and insulting at the same time. He definitely deserves some kind of YouTube award for that video, because I laughed hysterically the whole time. It's a great video. It's a great video.
Was it as entertaining though as Tim Fasano's? I hate to put you on the spot.
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Gonna have to give it to Tim.
Yeah, probably.
I'll tell you what, my favorite video you ever did was your possible flying hominid breakdown. I absolutely adore that one. That one's more entertaining than Tim Fasano. Just. But
Flying cryptids are cool.
They are.
Mothman.
The Mothman is a cool cryptid, even if it is just a misidentified.
Oh, actually, I was going to do the Mothman along the same lines as this last one. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, and I normally don't like jump out and plug people on this show, but I just saw where Gene St. Jean went out and he was presenting his creature replica figures, and those things are amazing. And if anybody hasn't checked them out, his Bigfoot sculptures, and he did one for the Legend of Boggy Creek, and Matt Knapp and I interviewed him years ago about it. It is an amazing sculpture, and these, like, they're not like action figures. They're more, some of them have like movable parts, but some of them are like just statues. He did like the Mothman. He did Bigfoot. I think he did a Dogman. But he's done a bunch of them now. So if you haven't checked them out, check those out.
It sounds like it might be worth looking into.
Yeah, his Patty sculpture is pretty cool. So,
and so that was Phil Pulling's breakdown of the white-faced Bigfoot. I encourage you all to check it out.
Yeah.
And for our final story, we go to squatchable.com for a 5-minute.
Wait. Is that the same Bigfoot that rides the bike? I had to throw that one in there.
Yeah, it could be.
Sorry, Phil.
It could be. I'm no expert.
I'm no expert.
Yeah.
Come to your own conclusions.
Yeah. I'm just bringing it out, putting it out there for you.
Mm-hmm.
No. By all means, please keep going. It's fine.
No, sorry. Sorry, Richard.
So we go to squatchable.com for a 5-minute.
The namesake.
The namesake.
Mm-hmm.
Shamelessly plugged.
Our mother channel.
Can we shout out the owner?
If you want.
Shout out to Sean Evidence.
Sean Evidence and Matt Knapp, who helps run it.
Yeah. True.
So we have a 5-minute long video of something. I'll read the description. Me and my family were driving back from the Pikes Peak Mountain in Colorado Springs. Then we stopped at a warning sign about reported Bigfoot sightings nearby. So I looked around and heard weird noises, and there were birds in the trees, and they were going crazy. They were screaming and chirping. I'm not saying that this is 100% Bigfoot, but I think there's a small possibility and wanted to share this video with everyone. It is a 5-minute long video of a guy looking around the woods.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It could have been. Who knows?
I just, if somebody actually hears the sounds he's talking about, could they get in touch with me and give me a time frame? Because I've listened to that video 4 times. I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, I listened through it and I couldn't hear anything. I thought at one point I heard something that might have been like a howl or something, but I don't know.
I didn't see it.
No.
Well, there you are. You can do a breakdown of it. There's 2 breakdown videos.
Yeah. Break it down.
A breakdown of a guy in the woods.
Get back on that horse.
Get back on that horse.
Get back on that horse, Phil.
Pumping out
Start doing some
content.
breakdowns. New breakdowns.
New breakdowns.
This show
breakdowns.
needs content.
Somebody said to me the other day that you could post a picture of Patty for 30 seconds on your channel and it would get 1,000 views within the first day.
On my channel?
Yeah.
Well, that could be true. I don't know.
There's experiment number 3, Phil.
Well, yes. Experiment number 3.
I'm giving you content.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm here for you.
He's a resource. Use him.
Appreciate it. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
So yeah, if you check that video out, it's on Squatchable. It's weird noises near Bigfoot sighting area. 5 minutes long.
I did listen to the whole thing.
Well, maybe you need to put headphones on and crank it up.
Well, Richard said he did.
Oh, I did do that. I couldn't hear anything that would be considered unusual.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah,
that is too bad. I would have really liked to hear that. So, about wraps it up. I believe that Matt Knapp is still interested in hearing from you.
Absolutely.
If you've had a Bigfoot sighting or any paranormal experience, you can get it with him at BigfootCrossroads@gmail.
Yes.
That is the Gmail account. Get in touch with him. As always, if you're listening on my channel, the links are for everything we talked about are in the description. If you're listening on Phil's channel, he's linked to my YouTube account, which will bring you to the links. It's been a good show. We will return next week with more content and hopefully graphics.
No more technical difficulties there.
No more technical difficulties. So as always, it's good night from me and it's good night from them. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.